You made it. Welcome back, you BEA, beautiful soul, SolidSol here, and today I want to talk about Lawbringer. I've been playing him quite a bit recently, and I've been seeing a lot of the characters that I've been fighting against in Dominion. A lot of Shugokis, Ocelotls, Jane June because of the new execution. It's pretty fire, and double XP, of course. We still have Shinobis and Orochis, and Varangian Guard, or the Virgin Guard, or the Badge Guard, as I like to call it. And they are just everywhere. And as a Lawbringer player, especially after the rework, like I still have fun with him. I hear a lot of people say that they don't really enjoy the character anymore, and he's just not as rewarding, which is true. They're all valid critiques and reasons to not play the character anymore. But personally, I only specifically play him for Ad Mortem Irmikus, sir. Ad Mortem, because of the light parry. It's one of the most satisfying light parry animation attacks in the game, and audio at the same time. So in conjunction with all those combined together, the combination of playing Lawbringer and light parries, that's the reason you play him, is to get parries. And when you run the tier 2, that gives you more damage reduction. I think it's called Righteous Deflection. It just makes you feel like an absolute tank. And if you can parry with him, you're probably going to enjoy the character. And yes, when you play 4v4, most attacks aren't targeted towards you. When you get into those 1v1s situations or the 2v1 situations, you'll have a better chance of parrying things instead of team fights. Now, with the hyper armor that was recently introduced with the character, I'm not gonna lie to you, he is objectively a better character, especially in Dominion. This helps him a lot. This helps him trade with Hitakiris, helps him trade with Shugokis, and in team fights it lets you go into your unblockable mix-up. You can do a whiff light, or a light that's target swapped, or just on a person that's not going to parry you, and then target swap that heavy attack to confirm some good damage. Like that's I think it's 26 damage heavy. That's not too shabby at all. It's nothing to scoff at, and that helps him out a lot. I've been doing very well in high level lobbies, matchmaking games, solo queue games. Lawbringer definitely can be a carry character if you have the mental capacity, if you have the reads, if you have the game knowledge for him. If you do not, then you will not be as successful. And I think I don't know about my win rate, but the enjoyment factor of the character is like mid-tier, but I'm winning like pretty much most of my games with Lawbringer because he's such a strong defensive character that if you have a good defense, you're not going to get stomped, like I'd say 8 out of 10 times, unless you're fighting like a really high level stack. He can be a lot trickier to use because you need to rely on your teammates, because it focuses more on the team fights instead of the anti-ganking. Because in high-level games, you don't really get to anti-gank, you get to stall, but most of the time, 9 out of 10 times, you're going to die anyways. But that's good value, because if you stall for like 15, 20, 30 seconds a minute, then that's huge value because they gain no points whatsoever. So Lawbringer in the team fighting category, he just plays like every other character, right? Light into chain heavy, into unblockable heavy mix, dodge the incoming attack, bait out certain things. People are gonna target swap dodge attack you. You're gonna get hit by externals all the time, and so you have to be dodging a lot. And my next point is that yes, with the parries, you have to be good at the parries. The parries are satisfying. You lose your impale, of course, after the heavy parry, so he's not as satisfying to use because you don't get a cool wall splat animation with the long arm, and it's incredibly satisfying to use that. And I would have been on board with only letting him get a light attack after the impale. Like impale does 1 damage, and you get to do like a light attack for maybe 20. It could be like the riposte light attack that does 20 damage, so it'd be 21, or just do like a 16 damage attack, so it's 17 damage total for heavy parry. Like I would be okay with that, and I think the animation would also be fine too. However, I digress. Or also lowering the distance you travel with impale. I've said it in all my Lawbringer videos that you can just lower the distance to the displacement amount to like maybe an Aphira's left side heavy finisher amount, and like they nerfed it crazy, so that it doesn't just freaking send you to the wall every single time you get hit by it, and it still works plenty of times. It's still one of the best heavy parry punishes in the entire game, next to Centurion, of course. But as I was saying, I wanted to compare this specifically to Shugoki with Lawbringer's defensive capabilities. The dodge bash has basically, it has poor iframes, and the iframes you get on it in comparison to Shugoki, where he dodges time and space, it's not as great. And I personally, if they're not going to revert his changes, at least give him better defense, because his defense is pretty ass. It's pretty hard to dodge Shaolin Sweep. and I'm delaying it to the last second with a lot of my dodge bashes as Lawbringer because I'm anticipating the Shaolin sweep, and when I press the GB to get into the bash, I get hit by the sweep anyways because the sweep has such a huge hitbox and has a pretty good forward momentum too to go into his forward heavy afterwards. So you have to be really careful about that too when you dodge roll. But Shugoki is just such an easy character. He's a free character. He's pretty much brain rot. Like, I have a crap ton of fun when I play him. Don't get me wrong. He's an incredibly fun character to play. But with the variable timed heavies, the neutral hyper armor, finisher hyper armor, and the hug ganks, man, he is an absolute monster, and you have to respect him in team fights. And with the 5 MS chain bash, that is incredibly strong, that does direct damage. You know, the heavies also have really good tracking, the finisher heavies and the side heavies, variable time, so they're going to reset and chase you down just like Hitakiri's heavies. But I get hit more with Hitakiri's heavies than Shugoki's, also because Hitakiri's is an infinite chain. But that's beside the point. Shugoki has a better dodge bash, and that's what makes him such a strong character too, in conjunction with the hyper armor. The hyper armor is great for Shugoki, don't get me wrong, but I think what really sets him apart from like all the B tiers and maybe even A tiers, I would kind of put almost Shugoki into the S tier category in my opinion, because his forward dodge bash is so freaking good. He can chain after whiffing it, which is really insane. Most of the characters can't. Lawbringer can't do this, and he's pretty vulnerable to a lot of attacks if you go into your mix-up. His bash mix-up is not even that good. It's pretty reactable. And then, of course, with Shugoki, if you dodge his headbutt, he still has that incoming heavy afterwards. If you don't have a dodge bash, you're screwed. So you have to be really focused on his animations. And then with the chain bash, he also gets to throw a heavy as well. But with the side dodge, of course, you can make a read if they're going to option select it and dodge bash you, because you have plenty of time now with the recent, well, not recent, it's been a long time, it's been about a year, with the bash nerfs. You have plenty of time to guard break them, but that requires you to stop your offense and go back into neutral and make it so that the Shugoki, you know, you have to scare him to not use that. And for Lawbringer, especially if you're fighting against a Shugoki, you have to make that extra step and sacrifice your offense. And in case that Shugoki's a good player and knows that you're trying to bait that out, you know, you're kind of screwed in that regard. So you have to play really well. You actually have to play really well with Lawbringer. You can't really no-brain the character. There's not that much Lawbringers I see out there anymore. Like, you'll see the conventional, maybe rep 70 Lawbringer from time to time, but man, the characters that I've been seeing are mostly just the S tiers, and there's meta chasers everywhere. But of course, I'm not gonna lie to you, all the S tiers are pretty fun to play. Like, this game, I think it's objectively fun when you play a character that you really like, but it's not fun when you're fighting against all the S tiers, especially when there's not a single pick thing, and you're fighting against maybe 4 Varangian guards, 4 Black Pars, maybe even 2 Black Pars is insane, 2 Jang Juns ridiculous, 2 Shugokis, absolute nightmare, absolute nightmare. I'd say that is probably one of the worst matchups that you have to endure next to 2 Black Pars, because you get 2 Oathbreakers, and that's just not that fun. But with Lawbringer, I'm going back to my point, is that maybe we should either nerf Shugoki's side dodge bash to make it not have as much iframes, or give some of the side dodge bash characters like Conqueror, who also had a lousy rework as Lawbringer did, give them a little bit more iframes, maybe even for Warden as well, so we can actually be utilized in team fights a little bit more than just confirming some shoulder bash damage and just target swapping that heavy unblockable heavy finisher. But that's a different topic or discussion to be had. I'd say there's quite a few ramifications if we do that. It'll make a lot of the characters pretty strong, but you know, it wouldn't make them that busted in my opinion. A ton of characters already have really good tracking on their finisher heavy unblockables, a lot of undodgeables already to check them, and so having a little bit more defensive capabilities on the side dodge bash, which already is very punishable if you make that read, and it's not really even read in team fights. You don't really want to be letting too many things fly anyways, so a person that is abusing that dodge bash can be easily baited and punished for it severely to stop them from using it all the time and abusing it. Well, it's not really abusing because you can just bait that up, but for Shugoki specifically, it definitely is abusing because he has a bajillion iframes, as does Shinobi. Shinobi also has a lot of iframes too on his dodge kick, and he has a double dodge kick, so you have to make a read on that. Then of course his Ganking ganking capabilities are one of the best in the entire game next to Ocelotl. Ocelotl is ridiculous as well. Of course, he also has that 4MS chain light, and that's so disgusting. When he target swaps that, you have to be ready for that. If you don't have like god tier reactions like Bean or some of the best duelists in the entire game, you're gonna get clipped by that. You're gonna get clipped by that. So you have to watch out for Ocelotl. Ocelotl, I don't know why some people think he's a mid-tier pick. I think he's one of the strongest characters in the game, like a high S-tier character. Great rotations, great ganks. Actually, I think it's one of the best ganks in the game. Amazing stall and great 1v1 potential. And apparently the chain bash, one of my friends told me that the chain bash is reactable, but that doesn't apply to like the 99% of the players. It probably only applies to like the 0.01% that actually play at a very high level, are reactionary gods that are looking distinctively for the animation consistently. But I've seen a lot of high level players lose to Ocelotl and get their ass kicked by them. And I don't think with his entire mix-up, with his forward dash, his bash, and his 4MS chain lights, I think it's safe to say that he's still an incredibly strong character with great chain pressure. So that's basically what I wanted to talk about. Lawbringer needs some help, and so does Conquer, some of the characters on the lower tiers. I think they need some adjustments ASAP. Of course, I think I want to work on feats too, and nerf some of the S tier characters down, but this has been my experience playing the character with all of these S tiers coming in, everyone getting really crazy buffs. Some characters have gotten nerfs, but they've mostly only been damage nerfs, and I think Lawbringer has fallen behind tremendously. Even if you're doing well with the character, I think he's just not as fun as he used to be, and I think the main point of this game needs to be fun, okay? It needs to be fun, and I think For Honor is kind of losing track of that to focus on streamline offense for just all the characters, okay? And I hope For Honor or the dev teams work on Lawbringer or Conqueror next. These two characters need it the most, and I think they need to focus on that ASAP. So thank you guys so much for watching. I hope you guys enjoy the video, and let me know what your thoughts down below on how Lawbringer feels to play against the top tiers. Any high-level Lawbringer players, tell me what your experiences are, and if any new players are coming in, like how fun does he feel in comparison to like all the other characters? Is he more work? Is he easy to use? What are your thoughts? Thank you guys for watching and hanging out with me. I'm gonna have a Tekken video coming up very soon. This one's gonna be a lot of time, but I'm working on it. Okay, I said that like 2 weeks ago, but I'm working on it. All right, thank you guys so much, and have yourselves a beautiful day. Bye bye. See you later. Ooh, where do I need to go actually? Just back up slowly. Can't protect you.
You lost Zone C.
Dodge roll. Super low. Okay, guys, there's 3 over here. Res, perfect. Yeah, that guy got the kill, perfect. we got 1 kill there. That works. Yeah, he's a pretty high level player. Pretty high level player, very good player. Very solid player. I'm coming. Yeah, I mean if you were on console and you're a really good player, you probably got skyrocketed up to your MMR. Alright, I'm on you. Protection. I'm surprised he target swapped that. That's like... I understand why he did that, but I've done it so many times and I got my ass handed to me. This Shinobi is kind of a... No, that's Shinobi, a Cypher Ocean. You probably shouldn't have gone there. I don't want to donate. I think if you need help, you can back up. Rotate.
You lost Zone C.
Oh, behind me.
Ad mortem inimicus! Ad mortem inimicus!
I got bowed. Stall enabled. What? Shit. I need some help here. Nobushi's kind of feeding me revenge, but I need more help. Yeah. Bleed needs an adjustment where it has to feed more revenge, because it doesn't do any revenge. Oh, you're by yourself again. Oh, I'm coming. I'm making my way, dude. Ready to get off. Oh, I can't help you, dude. Shugoki's over here. I can't help you, dude. Maybe I can. Yeah, never mind. I'm gonna go fight over here. Here we go. Cypher has 2 on him. Two on us as well. Got him. Oh shit! Oh, I fucked that up so badly. John's dead. Alright, I'm coming to you. Do you have a tag? Careful. Oh my god, dude, I get hit by 3 projectiles this game. 2 freaking projectiles. That was my bad, though. My fault. Because I did a backwards dodge for no reason. I'm gonna go help on C. Dylan's got revenge. Got it. Got him. We got it. Point. Oh, we didn't get it. Unlucky. Oh, we almost got it. Alright, I'm gonna gank with this guy. Good luck with the other guy. Stamina for you.
You captured Zone A.
Oh, they have healing banner here. Oh no, my guy's dead. Ah, shit. Impale is useless, I swear to god. It is useless. Just 2 on me here. But Nobushi has like half revenge. Oh, now he has a tag, I can't do anything. I'm gonna retreat. Actually, yeah, I'll retreat. I'm retreating. Oh, wait. Where do I go? I'm gonna go heal. Die for the women. I will die for Nobushi. 100%, guys. Yeah, did you see that healing? It's freaking ridiculous. Our guy died on mid, but that's okay. I'm gonna help. Coming. Fear's got mid, I think. Boom. Give me the X from him. Give me 2. Get 2 heavies off this guy. Nice. I'm gonna bomb him. Nice. Alright. Oh, there's someone right here. Healing.
Enemy team is breaking.
Bash him right here. Another one. We'll delay it. Another bash for you. Perfect. One more coming. One more coming. Nabushi. Nice. Can't get the kick. Played. Jesus, dude, that was a sweaty fucking game. Well played. Well played, guys. GG's to everybody on both teams. Jeez. My boys were cooking. My boys were cooking. I'm surprised I did well there with Lawbringer. Like, that's a pretty rough match. Varangian guard. I'm surprised I dodged some of the sweeps and unblockable heavies from Varangian. Although, I'm not gonna lie to you, that she's probably, the other team is probably like, dude, what is this guy cooking? So, I'm sure Jarl and, the Wheel, or actually Cloud, these guys are stacks right here, probably. There we go, it's free light parries, bro. I love that Nobushi. She's my fucking #1 fan, dude. #1 fan.